Good Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. After a late game last night of the first game of the Major League Baseball's World Series last night, where Kansas City beat the Mets by 5-4 in the 14th inning. It's going to be a rough go this morning and most of today, as moderate to heavy pockets of rain will be moving through the region during this afternoon and evening, with some very heavy downpours, well, we're going to get into it all right now. It's the video forecast discussion for this Wednesday, the last one of October the 28th, 2015. And it's cloudy out there, and we've got some late rain around the region this morning. That's only going to intensify during this afternoon, and this evening's rush hour is going to be a mess all over the place here in the New Jersey, New York, Philly metro area. Temperatures have stabilized this morning. They're in the upper 40s across the Hudson River Valley area and the low to mid 50s everywhere else. And the winds are freshening in from off the ocean out of the east at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and the winds are going to continue to increase ahead of a warm front during this afternoon and this evening. Lots of watches and warnings along interior southeastern Connecticut, Long Island, and the Jersey coastline down to the Delmarva as well. We'll get into this right now. We've got a coastal flood advisory in effect until noon today, and this is for some minor tidal flooding at times of high tide this morning along the New Jersey, Delaware beaches and the lower Delaware Bay. High tide on the ocean at Delaware Bay will occur between 8 and 11. High tide on the back bays may occur up to 2 hours later. Some minor tidal flooding is expected. However, the heavy rain occurs with the high tide cycle. It could be exacerbating any of the flooding impacts, but right now it's light rain, so we're not really too concerned about that. And on the coastal waters, we have a gale warning now for the Jersey coast from 2 p.m. this afternoon until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Southerly winds at 20 to 25 knots, gust up to 35 knots, and seas building to 6 to 11 feet. For Long Island, we have coastal flood advisories until noon today, again from coastal flood advisory in effect from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. this evening, and this is going to continue throughout the day. So a coastal flood advisory in the morning and then one for this evening into late tonight. And that's for low-lying areas on the South Shore bays of western Long Island, Queens, and Brooklyn as well. Tidal departures of 3 3/4 to 1.5 feet above astronomical tides, with the full moon from yesterday occurring at 1 to 2 feet above tide levels through this evening. Beach erosion, minor beach erosion is possible along the beaches of Long Island, and the surf will be building from 5 to 8 feet. The coastal flooding timing of times of high tide this morning and again this evening. And for the coastal waters of Long Island, South Shore, and East Ends, we have a small craft advisory in effect until 2 this afternoon, and then a gale warning from 2 o'clock this afternoon until 6 a.m. on Thursday. Southeast winds at 20 to 30 knots, gust up to 40 knots this afternoon, seas building to 9 to 14 feet. Morning surface chart from WeatherRoanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows our east to southeast wind building in from off the ocean. High pressure is now well off the New England Atlantic coastal waters. Warm front still draped well to our south. This warm front is going to be approaching with an increase of low-level winds and wind shear ahead of this storm system across Wisconsin and just west of Indiana this morning. And a cold front moving through the region by tomorrow morning. All of this means an increase in moisture, tropical moisture at that. Heaviest modest rain right now across this area, across the Ohio Valley. All of this is going to be shifting east, and with the warm front coming to the north and crossing the forecast waters during this late this afternoon and evening, that means some isolated thunderstorms are possible with some heavy pockets of moderate rain coming down and also some isolated lightning. And we do have full trees, so there's going to be some downpours that are going to be producing urban and street flooding, obviously with the full leaves coming down and the stronger low-level jet across the region. That means clogged drains as well. Morning pass of visible satellite imagery this morning already shows the deck of low clouds moving in and covering most of the forecast region this morning. Most of the heavy lift now across the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes region, and all of this will be swinging in our direction during the next couple of hours. You can see the plume of heavy rain here across the Ohio Valley into western New York and western Pennsylvania. Now, even though the warm front is still to the south and the modest and heaviest rain is located to the west of this boundary, we still have a lot of hours of additional lifting and some moderate to heavy pockets of rain coming across the region late this afternoon and evening. We can see from the latest mesoscale analysis here for the precipitable water values approaching over 1.3 to 1.6 inches across the southern Delmarva, so it's going to be a juicy atmosphere in which to tap in moisture for heavy downpours late this afternoon and evening. Busy morning on the aviation weather deck today. We do have some advisories out there for LaGuardia Airport, but we're going to find a lot of airport delays late this afternoon and this evening with the moderate pockets of rain moving across. MVFR and IFR conditions across most of the region this morning. Ceilings will continue to lower throughout the day. Rain overspreading the region for this time frame as well. Conditions will continue to deteriorate after sunrise this morning as the moisture continues to arrive. Ceilings are expected to lower to IFR during this morning. Visibility is being reduced further in any steadier rain. Easterly to southeast winds increasing during this morning through the day, gust up to 25 knots possible. This evening, IFR conditions are likely to persist through the overnight with areas of rain. Isolated thunderstorms are possible, especially after 21Z this afternoon, which could produce locally strong wind gusts. Outlook for Thursday, mainly VFR conditions expected. West to southwest winds around 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots or greater. Then a second cold front comes through Friday, mainly VFR. West winds at 8 to 12 knots, calmer day. Saturday and Sunday, mainly VFR conditions expected. Light winds becoming southwest at 5 to 10 knots on Sunday. Busy day coming up. Right now outside of Newark, 56, 2.50, humidity 80%. The wind is southeast at 9, gusting all the way up to 21 right now. It's going to be a busy day. Broken ceilings at 1,800, 25,000, or 18,000, 25,000. And basically we got moderate pockets of rain coming in for today, even an isolated shower or thunderstorm late this afternoon and this evening. Going to be a mess out there. Philadelphia right now, 59, 2.54, humidity 83%. The wind is out of the northeast at 13. And a few clouds at 1,900, 2,600, and 5,000. And already we got rain ongoing and light rain going to continue. Could even find a shower or thunderstorm around the region late this afternoon and evening. Futurecast high-resolution rapid refresh model shows really those winds beginning to increase in the southeasterly low-level jet late this afternoon and evening, pumping up the moisture content. We're getting into moderate to heavy pockets of rain across the Delmarva into Pennsylvania and then of course into New Jersey, the coastal waters, New York City metropolitan area, the lower Hudson Valley, western New York, Long Island Sound into southwestern Connecticut. Could be some moderate pockets with embedded local low-top thunderstorms to enhance the rainfall during this afternoon and evening, and this will be ongoing into the late evening hours with additional showers and thunderstorms and pockets of rain moving from south to north across the entire forecast region. High-resolution NAM model shows that we'll be exiting with the heavy rain probably early morning tomorrow before dawn. Everything begins to dry out again. A second cold front coming through during Thursday afternoon. Tomorrow's going to be mild with temperatures in the low 70s across many interior sections away from the coast. And then we start to cool down as the secondary cold front comes through and another cold front comes through on Friday afternoon and evening, and that will make us go back down into our normal temperature regime from Friday afternoon right into the weekend. National surface charts and then the forecasted charts from the Weather Prediction Center. Here's our area of high pressure pumping in northeasterly, easterly winds and southeasterly winds with our warm front well to the south draped around the Carolinas into Georgia here this morning. Moderate pockets of rain moving into the region and some heavy showers and thunderstorms. Low-top thunderstorms are a possibility across the region here late this afternoon and evening, just in time for rush hour as the warm front lifts to the north by tomorrow morning. The first cold front comes through probably after midnight into the early morning hours. Secondary cold front now passing through the region by tomorrow afternoon. And then a third cold frontal passage passing to our west on Friday night, early Saturday morning. On the westerly flow, we could find some downwind lake effect showers here across all of the Great Lakes, but drying in the northwesterly flow here across our region by Friday and Friday night. It sets up for high pressure again, building in across the forecast region for the weekend into early next week. And the high pressure will be in control of our weather. This is going to be another wet maker for southern Texas and the Louisiana coast. We'll explain that in just a moment. High pressure will continue to be in effect and control of our weather right into early next week pretty much, and that means drying conditions and still near seasonable to slightly above seasonal temperatures for the forecast region. Things get interesting around here. Over the next 6 to 10 days, the Climate Prediction Center has once again twisted or retwisted their forecast a little bit. It tweaked it November 2nd through the 6th. Convergence, confluence, high pressure ridge right over the forecast region. Deep low across the southwest, below normal temperatures, snow, rain, problems here out to the west, ridging in the east. That means above normal temperatures. And now they're forecasting back the rainfall down to the south and west. Below normal precipitation chances here across the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area. This is November 2nd to the 6th, this 6 to 10 day. The 8 to 14 day now showing near to above normal temperatures once again and below normal precipitation. We went into the forecast going ahead for the weather impacts. Lots of rain coming for November 1st and 2nd here across this region, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas and parts of Oklahoma down to Louisiana. And basically, this area is going to be monitored. It's been in a drought, but it's increasing its moisture content to some incredible amounts of water over the next couple of days as well. So get the rain gear out and some very strong, sturdy umbrellas. You're going to be needing them for this afternoon and this evening's commute on your way back home and throughout most of today as well. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Be safe out there today, and we'll see you again on Thursday morning.